Hello, portrait photographers. Today we're going to look at two pieces of software that aim to save you some time. Couple of disclaimers. Number one, I am not sponsored by anyone in this video. I purchased both of these softwares. Disclaimer number two is my philosophy on editing may differ from yours. I try not to change the person too much, and all like body reshaping or face reshaping, that kind of thing. And my third philosophy is to try not to over edit. A lot of times you push too far with some of this stuff and it starts to look a little fake. All right, let's start with Evoto on the left. We have a stock photo of someone with blemishes here. If I want to remove them, I'll do everything extreme first. That's all the way up. This is halfway, all the way up, halfway, quarter. Okay, in Aperty here, I'm going to touch the face over here and just do blemish removal all the way up. And nothing happens because you notice at the bottom, it's applying it. That's the first thing I noticed when I started playing around with Aperty is that the first set of changes have to take a little while. Like they need to go up to the internet and then come down and assess. Once, by the way, the changes on Aperty happen up in the satellites and come back down, then the changes are faster. But that initial one a lot of times takes a little while. And you saw it in real time here. Hold on, let me put my glasses on. All right, if we put skin smoothing all the way up on Aperty, that's skin smoothing. We go halfway and then all the way down. Let's go all the way up again. Skin smoothing. So in Evoto, it's called skin retouching. And there is textured smoothing, which if we go all the way up, there we go, between the two. They're both doing a good job there. Skin, soft skin. That's just crazy. That's like a commercial. So these sliders you can play with to your taste. This is where I mean that it just looks completely fake. So I never do any of that. And a lot of times I just want to get rid of blemishes. There's also dodging and burning here, so we can edit with dodge and burn. That just kind of fills in the shadows right there, shadows, and then you can actually sculpt the face, which starts to look really fake. But if that's your style, you don't have to dodge and burn that much. But now I notice with most of these demos that only young people are used as models for the skin retouching. Let's use an elderly, awesome person, my dad. So he's got a couple of little blemishes here. Let's give dad freckle, acne. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's a little too crazy. This is where I would probably go about yay much, and then you can, with the little healing tool, you can sort of get rid of some other stuff. All right, let's try Aperty now. Ooh, 100 is a little too smooth up here. A little too much. Let's go 50. All right, more than skin smoothing with dad here, I kind of want to see what it does with dark circles and eyes, fixing eyes. So let's start here on Evoto. There is an eye bag sort of thingamabob. If you go all the way up, I mean, it's like completely Botoxed, you know, it's smoothed out. So we don't want that. This is all the way down, halfway, 46%. And over here we have dark circle removal on Aperty. Whoa, smooth. Let's go halfway, try to match them. That looks about normal there. A little red in the face, so we are going to, let's try right here, face skin color correction all the way up. And this is what we get on Aperty. And skin color correction, we're only doing color here. This is the AI Unify Skin Complexion. I don't love either one, so we can work. The one thing with Evoto is you can work a little bit with the complexion by adding some of the, you know, like you can add temperature and sort of work with stuff. Let's do some acne removal here. So you can actually change the skin tones and the amount that you want to apply. There's a little bit more skin control. And here, let's try to fix this one as best as we can. Blemish removal. Let's go all the way up, blemish removal. Okay. Skin smoothing, just a bit there. So we're still getting a little bit redness in the face that I would have to fix in other software, even with skin color correction all the way up, where at least with Evoto, you can kind of quickly fool it into sort of getting rid of as much red as you can by moving around all this stuff here. All right, red eye removal. So on Evoto, I don't use red eye removal on there. I don't think it does a great job yet. Let's go to people here. This is kind of an extreme example with red eyes, but if you go to the eye area here and you want to fix up the eyes, removing red veins, it sort of does not look fantastic. This isn't the best image to do it on, but I found that let's see what we got. Iris, the sclera. I still use Lightroom for eyes because I can be as subtle as I want to be here. The other thing you'll notice when you, in Aperty, look at the guy's beard. When I make any changes, it gets blurry because each of the changes takes a second to, I'm not really a fan of that. You have to kind of wait each time you move a slider. It takes a little bit of a delay. So I think Aperty here is doing a better job than Evoto on the eyes. Looks a little bit more natural. Here, if you pick the sclera, all it does is just brighten up the sclera. It doesn't really remove the redness. So a win for Aperty on the red eye removal. All right, I seem to have some problem loading some of the raw files. I'm not sure why, but the raw files on Evoto kind of load up. I don't use raw files on these programs, but maybe some of you can tell me what's going on, but the raw files won't load. Some of them do load because maybe they loaded already in the background, which is interesting. They just see the wheel of death in the corner. Anyway, we should end with what pricing is like on these guys. So on Evoto, you notice anytime you're going to work on a person, you have a little, watermark there. And on Aperty, you don't have a watermark. Now, Aperty is $250 a year. I did get a early access lifetime license before, like when it was first announced, and it's not really lifetime. I think it's maybe 3 years. I'll put it up here. I'll look it up, but I think it's 3 years or 5 years of, updates. Right now, Aperty for me will not work for my workflow. I definitely have people who have blemishes and things on their body, and Evoto takes care of that. I also work with stray hair all the time, and Aperty doesn't do that at all. And that's a huge time saver. It's flyaways with backlighting, and Evoto does a good enough job that even if it's not perfect, I can bring it back into Lightroom and just quickly fix. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. That's a first look at Aperty, and I'll see you guys next time.